Hey, it's BT with Tales from a Gemini. My guest today is comedian Gwen Sunkel.
Hi.
She is my guest today. We talk everything, don't we, Gwen? What do we talk about today?
Oh, we talked about it all. We talked about knuckle tattoos. We talked about Diet Snapple. And we talked about responsible family planning.
Yeah, you'll love our responsible family planning parade. And that's coming to a city near you, sponsored by Taylor Swift and Chick-fil-A.
And Bojangles Chicken.
Enjoy this episode with my newest, bestest buddy, Gwen Sunkel. Oh, we ready? We going already? Are we going already, Wyatt? Is it? Damn, Wyatt. Hey, don't forget the time again. Don't forget the time, Wyatt. Get the time.
The what?
The time.
The time?
Wyatt, get the time.
All right.
Wyatt, the time.
I won't forget.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Tales from a Gemini. It's BT. And my guest today... Okay, we're done. We're shutting it down. We're shutting it down.
Lock her out of the studio.
Listen, this guest, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, she had me at, hey, BT, I want to be on your podcast. And I go, bingo, you're on. And honestly, and every time I see you do comedy, and we haven't really, interconnected a lot, but you always made me laugh. And I was researching you, and I was like, oh my God, you fucking were cracking me the fuck up. I'm at home, and so I got your videos, and I'm watching them, right? And I'm on my phone looking for something else. And that joke you do about the kind of guy you like, he has knuckle tattoos.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get finger banged by doing knuckle tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That shit made me go, oh! Get finger banged by doing knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, because you can tell he can really, take a beating on his hands there.
Take a beating? Like, damn, how vicious
Well,
is your vagina?
you know.
You take a fucking beating? Shouldn't you be the one taking a beating?
No, either way. I just, you can tell that they've been through some shit,
Why would you want that hand inside you if it's been through some shit? Like honestly, you see through knuckle tattoo, usually one of them is a little bit swollen because he's been in a lot of fights, so he's got a tattoo. Why would you want? And honestly, if he has knuckle tattoos, his fingernails are gonna be dirty because he probably can fix shit, and he doesn't give a shit about hygiene. Like he's the kind of guy that takes a piss and just leaves, which a lot of us do.
A lot of people who do work with their hands are very good about keeping their hands clean.
No, that's
they're
a cook.
these are my tools.
Only a cook. Only a cook. How many mechanics well, I gotta wash my hands before I get on this transmission.
Well, not that. That's their work day, but after work, they clean it out.
You think so?
Yeah, they got that orange goop in the bathroom.
Like Cheeto does.
Yes, yeah. It's liquefied Cheetos. And that's how you scrub your hands off.
So you're gonna trust a dude with knuckle tattoos?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hope for the best. No. Hope for the no. How do I expect the worst? Hope for the best.
Yeah.
So
prepare. Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So those guys. So the guy with the knuckle tattoos, you have no problem with.
Absolutely not. No. Guys, ladies, bring it on. Bring it on.
By the way, I did that joke coming back. Was that one of those jokes that was real life where you go, oh my God, he's got a knuckle tattoo, and then you know what? This kind of turns me on.
No, it was actually so the rest of that joke is that if the hamburger helper hand had knuckle tattoos, I would be really attracted to the hamburger helper hand. And it more started just imagining what a relationship with the hamburger helper hand would look like.
How much free time do you have? God damn.
I don't get booked that often, so please put me on your comedy shows and podcasts so that I stop having daydreams about the hamburger helper hand.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you your age, but I think we're somewhere somewhere close to the same ballpark. I'm not going to put you down there, but no, the fact that we were talking before the show, which I hate doing, but it brought up a good point. You talking about how the guy you're working on the show said, music today sucks, but because there's no music you can grind on girls with.
Yeah. He's like, the music today is all sad,
Well, it's all isn't it kind of all druggy, kind of kind of soupy, and there's no
there's no beat to it,
There's nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Yeah.
Do you remember those days in the club?
Oh yeah.
Those days, thank God, those were pre-Me Too days, because man,
Absolutely.
you would have went straight to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were feeling a lot of things.
And one of them wasn't a hamburger helper hand.
No. You were feeling a lot of hamburger fingerers happening in the club in the early 2000s. It was out there.
Do you remember that? Okay, you're from here originally, right?
No, I was born in a town about an hour away from here.
What town?
Greencastle, Indiana.
Okay, Greencastle. Okay.
Yeah.
On I-70?
Yeah, like halfway between here and Terre Haute. You get it.
Close to the go-kart track.
Yeah.
That's my favorite go-kart track. I love that go-kart track. I've raced on it before. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I mean, that's why I like Indiana. We talked about why I moved here. And the good thing about Indiana is, listen, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I'll say this to people in their face. Kind of like Indiana has no problem with racism. Like, I can't say they embrace it, but they have no problem going, yeah, you got to stand up for something. And I'm like, wow. This lady actually said that. I go, man, you guys are kind of racist here. Well, I mean, you know.
That's what she chose to stand up for.
Well, I mean, you know, you got to stand up for something. And I go, wow. I mean, they don't shy from it. So I say about Indiana is, listen, especially in Indianapolis, it's really trying to be something else. It really is.
Yeah.
It's trying, and God bless it. It's really, really, really trying. But at the end of the day, it's still, you know. But it's trying though.
Yeah.
And I want to give you props for what you're bringing in. And this is our really first long talk. So aren't you part of a Pride Fest with comedy?
No, but I do another comedy festival called Middle Ground Comedy Festival.
I know it's Middle Ground, but I knew you had something to do with the Pride Festival. Like, it was something with Pride and them telling jokes, and I saw it on your Instagram.
Oh, I did do a like a Pride Month comedy show.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it was,
So just trying to kind of showcase some of the queer comics in town, and then just like a celebration of joy, of gay joy.
Well, you know what? Because think about if you follow her on your Instagram. By the way, I didn't even tell you her name. It's Gwen Sunkel. Sorry.
Hi.
Yeah, and her Instagram is IG at Gwender Woman.
Yes, like Wonder Woman, but with a Gwen.
Okay, now, and I was going to ask you that because you were in the the Pride Circle, so I didn't know. Are you gay? Are you bi? Or?
I'm a bisexual.
I thought that because you talked about the dudes with the nothing, but you also mentioned women, and I go, huh? And I saw with the Pride, and I go, okay, and I kind of thought you were, but I thought what a better place to showcase that than here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
It's kind of like being socially liberal but fiscally conservative. You know, it's like socially I'm a lesbian, but fiscally I'll still have sex with dudes.
Okay.
If that helps explain. Like I'm very pro-abortion. If that.
Oh my God, I love it. It's kind of like me being like I'm vegetarian, but I mean I go vegan when I can. But it's kind of like being a born again Christian, but you only go to church on Easter Sunday.
Right.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I am when it comes to being a vegan, borderline vegetarian. The same way.
Sometimes we slip up.
Yeah, sometimes we step up like cheese. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't tell nobody. You know what I mean? I like cheese. But,
yeah.
So it's like you, but you're open and out there. So like, did you always know you were bisexual?
I think so. Like I remember as a kid, like having, what you later learned were like sexual feeling toward like lady cartoon figures like Jessica Rabbit.
Well, yeah.
You? I mean, nobody is seeing Jessica Rabbit and not like having a feeling,
Yeah, I mean, I was a grown adult when that came out. I was like, holy shit!
Wow.
This cartoon.
Yeah. So, who was that movie for? 'Cause it was like the darkest, sexiest cartoon characters you've ever seen, but absolutely an animated movie. Like there were Happy Meal toys themed for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and this was a movie about framing somebody for a murder.
Right? But the animation, she was hot as fuck.
Right?
And you're like going, God damn. I remember my mama trying to say something to me while I was on. I almost said, Mom, you need to shut the fuck up. But now I was a kid. That's how hot she was. I almost told my mama, you need to shut the fuck up. Jessica Rabbit's on. But I didn't, because I still.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah,
that was a great idea. I think everybody knows about Black Moms. So yeah, but that's how hot she was. I almost took that L for Jessica.
For Jessica.
Okay, so
you were willing to.
So you were kind of attracted, but that was animation. So so maybe you thought the feelings were there a little bit.
Yeah. Just the same way that I would like if you watched like. My mom would like watch soap operas during the day or something, and you'd be like, "Oh, that man is very handsome. That woman is very beautiful." Like it. I could see like having the same feelings for both people in the scene.
Okay, so when did it say maybe start experimenting with it? Like took it that step further where it went from she's hot to, you know what, I'm gonna ask her out to maybe go to a movie or something.
Yeah, in college I started dating ladies, and I had kind of like my first like what I would say love, and I realized, and I thought, maybe it's just this person,
Right.
but then I was like, oh well, there's no way I couldn't feel that way about like other women, so I guess that means I like both.
That's good. I mean,
Overall.
did you enjoy it though? Did you find a difference?
What, dating?
I mean,
What?
actually, yeah, having a girlfriend and a boyfriend. I mean, did you find a difference in like with the dating styles and what they did and how you felt? Like where it's you were going out with a boy and then like a problem would arise, then going out with a girl and problem would arise. Would it be the same basic thing?
Like how we dealt with it, or
How you dealt with it and their response to it?
Yeah, I mean the response and like how we dealt with it. I think because like I'm the same person, right? Like I'm gonna bring the same energy to either interaction, and I probably attract similar people of all genders, So yeah, I didn't find it was that like oh, it's harder to fight with a girl than a boy or something like that. I didn't really feel like that, but I'm also pretty conflict avoidant, so I would usually just break up with someone before we had like any kind of really big problem.
Yeah, avoid conflict. Isn't that the greatest?
It is. It's so good.
Man, you just cut that shit off at
Right?
the, like boom, it's
Just
over.
say like I'm good on this.
There's
Yeah.
no reason to get to that point where you just like you dread seeing the person that you're supposed to be in love. I mean, like oh fuck, here we go.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And that it's the worst. So if I see like it's not gonna work, then that was pre-ghosting days. I would just and almost pre-cell phone days for a long time for me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was easy. I mean, you got a girlfriend like, hey, call me or whatever, and then you had an answer machine. You call it, and she goes, hey, I'm trying to call you, and then like you say,
Sorry, it got erased because it was on a literal cassette tape.
Remember those days?
Yes. Yeah.
Remember those
the
days?
tiny cassette tapes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we go way back, don't we?
We do.
It was
too,
almost
too far, really.
Almost, I can't say a better word. People look at the past almost with nostalgia, but if you really, really sit back and look at it, it's actually a better time now.
Yeah. I would say objectively, like we have better treatments for diseases, even in the last 30 years. We more opportunities for queer people and people of color. We have diet Snapple and things like that. So I don't know.
No, whatever you want to, what box you want to check, and it sounds like nothing, but just having this conversation as freely as we are. I mean,
we couldn't have done this in the 90s.
I mean, we could have, but it'd been like, okay, listen, here's what we're gonna do. We almost had to almost had to Anne Frank it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, listen, I hear that you like women too, and then look around. I mean, but now it's out in the open, which is great. People can be who they want to be. Check off this box, and I can't say shame, but in a way, it's kind of good that if somebody doesn't really like it, then unless you're with the Republican Party, unless they don't really like it, like they know how to basically shut the hell up and go on about their business.
Yeah. And like kids today or whatever, but like I was afraid to come out to my parents.
Of course.
And I was an adult, I was 20 years old when I did. And I was still like afraid to tell them that. And now like I have friends who have kids who are like 11, 12 years old and they're like, I'm a lesbian. And their parents are like, great, amazing. And
Yeah, but they're more supportive, which I think is it's great. That's why this time is better, because last thing you want to do is have that wall between you and your parents, and you want to tell them something but you can't because you know what the reaction is going to be, and hopefully that wall is down, and now you could be. I like parents being buddies with their kids, and their kids going to tell them, hey, I think I'm this. Well, you know what? If you are, I'm going to support you because you're my kid, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
And
I should say now that my parents are very supportive of my lifestyle.
Were they always though? Were they always?
No, they weren't always. And it wasn't so much like they were like condemned me about it or said anything. It was just more like a don't ask, don't tell thing. It's just
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, we don't need to hear about that part of your life.
I hear you. Yeah, they don't want to hear about the knuckle tattoos.
Right.
Oh my God. You don't want to hear that shit. But then again, no, yeah, I'm the same way in a way that, Yeah, I mean, but even to this day, though, on things that I don't tell my parents everything, but I think my parents think I'm gay just because, like, I think my dad, and my brother had a discussion about me that I wasn't there. But my brother let it leak on something. He goes, no, man, he can't be gay. All the girls who go out with it, and I want to go. Listen, I'm not gay. I just don't like at this point in my life. I'm glad I have nobody. I have like nobody. But I like that freedom. I just like it's weird. I've never been to this point in my life where it's like I have nobody, but I'm actually just happy. Like I finally realized, I wasted a lot of time and wasted a lot of people's time realizing, hey man, I'm kind of better off just being by myself. Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to do comedy or the arts or bikes and stuff like you do. It's like I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm in a relationship with comedy. Like the time that I would normally spend going out with a partner, I spend doing comedy.
I couldn't. Look at it now. There's no way in the world I can just lay up on somebody and just not do anything. Just sit on the couch and watch some show on TV. That would drive me. Now I know why people kill their whole family. Because that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'd be like,
100%.
You know what? I know the scenario. I would come home, be like, honey, I'm home, and she's cooking or whatever, and the kid, hey kids, and everybody just like ignores me. Like, okay, and I go downstairs and I blow my fucking head off, and they go, honey, dinner's ready, and the kid would go downstairs, Mom, Dad blew his head off. God damn it, I made his favorite dish too. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how it would be, man. I couldn't take that. I don't know how people can do a relationship where they're under each other all the time and all they do is watch TV and they go to bed and wake up. That would drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah. I would hate that.
Like you said, we're married to this comedy.
We're married to the game.
Married to the game, baby. And when did you start? When did you start doing this?
About 7, 8 years ago.
How? Like, was it on a dare, or you always knew you were funny? You said, "Fuck, I'm doing it."
So I had always performed a lot when I was a kid, like in choirs and plays and stuff. And but then So my day job, I'm a nurse practitioner. But when I first got out of school, I was working nights, and it's hard to like commit to being in a play or something when you work nights and your schedule's all over the place. So I went to grad school and became an NP. And when I had a little bit more of a like daytime working schedule, I was like, oh, I would like to try to do something in the arts again. And so I went to an open stage. It was actually an open stage for burlesque performers.
Oh.
So yeah. So
oh damn, girl.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we'll have some stand-up comedy on this, and I had a great time, and it was a terrific audience. And those audiences are so like giving and wonderful. It's not like sometimes a comedy audience, you have to like win them over a little bit.
Yes.
But like a burlesque audience is like, we are already here. We're already going to see titties. We're in a great mood. So we will laugh at anything.
I didn't hear what you said after you said titties. I was
just
like,
titties. Just thinking about titties.
You know, honestly, I did a show at a swingers club. And they're the same way.
Yeah.
The lady was front row, butt ass naked, titties out there. Seriously. And the only thing they kind of had a problem with, and I go, hey, what do you do for a living? They go, whoa, and that's the only thing they got kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, they don't want to bring their civilian lives into
this. Yeah, we can tell you
this.
that. And I thought that was that was the thing that offended them the most. Me going, hey, so what do you do for a living? Whoa, hey, buddy, whoa, you crossed that line.
Yeah.
But anything else, I mean, the girl's butt naked in front of me with titties, and I got to try to concentrate.
Yeah, like a dude is literally fingering someone next to you, like next to the stage. Yes, knuckle deep. Yeah, it's like.
I don't know why, but you just
really get in there.
I mean, you're going, okay. I mean,
all right.
It's great. It's really, I felt like Bobby Brown in a crack house. I was like, you know what? I got to get out of here or I'm going to get kicked out. That's how I felt. I really felt that way. This girl came around the corner naked. And she was hot, and I was like, hey, is it okay if I? And I think we kissed for a little bit, and I was like, okay, I think I better leave because I can see myself getting kicked. I get crazy.
But that's the place for it, though.
Yeah, but I would get because I'm loud too. People, the door be shut, like, oh, and then okay, you got to go. I mean, I can see myself getting kicked out.
BT, you are loud in everything that you do.
Yes, I really am.
We judged the comedy contest at Helium, and BT was over there just like, all right, okay. He had a lot of comments on everything.
I always say to myself, I'm so loud, even black men at a picnic watching a basketball game that they got money on go, hey man, could you quiet down, bro? That's how loud I am. I'm serious, man. But I know I am, and that's just who I am. That's why I try to stay by myself, and it's not because I'm being a dick. It's that I just realize how loud I am, so I try to limit my contact with people.
So COVID was really good for you because you're like, I got to stay 6 feet away from you people.
You have no idea. You think this is true. You know, I love cycling, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on my bicycle, you know, in the literally on the back road to Indiana, literally on the back. And so sometimes I got to talk myself up because I getting that, you know, like yesterday it happened. I was like, I went for a long ride and my legs just quit on me, right?
Yeah.
And so I'll be in the middle of nowhere. It's like by a farm, and I go, "Come on, nigga, you gotta go!" And I swear to God, there's always somebody there. And there's one lady she's walking her dog. It's like she popped up, like, "Oh my God, you said the N-word." Wow, okay. I mean, I go, "Come on, nigga, quit being a pussy." And I'll be like, look up, and she's like, "Well," and she just walked her dog out. I go, "Where the fuck this old lady come from?" It was literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and literally on the farm roads, and she just popped up, like, okay. So, but yeah, that's how I am. I know I'm loud.
That's
I know
all right.
I'm loud.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, that's fine for you because you don't hang around me a lot.
You know that about yourself. It would be a problem if you thought you like were a normal volume.
Oh no, I know I'm not. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
my roommate lives she's about 5 feet, 10 feet from my door. Both our doors are shut. But if it's at night, both our doors are shut. But if it's at night, and I get a phone call, I will put the pillows over my head and under the covers, and I'll have a conversation. Because I don't want to wake her up, and so sometimes I have to do a podcast or do I record the race reviews or whatever. I will literally go down to the garage at night and do it, so I don't have to wake her up because I just know how loud I am, and I don't know if it's penetrating through the door, and
You
she
know
hears
it is.
while she's sleeping. So yeah.
That's very considerate of you, and that's how you have a good roommate situation.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you've talked to her, she'll give you a whole different story. So yeah. But she's also a part of the LGBTQ community also. So
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah. I mean, she's actually really funny her damn self. She got to do stand up. I think she would kill.
Bring her out.
You know what? I should. I
Yeah.
really should. I think she'd be a hit.
Yeah.
I think they would like her.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? She doesn't like it and she doesn't come back.
Yeah, but I don't think it's her thing though. She just, she likes being funny around the house, which is perfect for her.
That's it always cracks me up when people are like, "Oh my God, I'm so scared to try stand-up comedy." And it's like, there's literally no barrier to entry. Like, you don't have to buy any special equipment. You don't have to take a class. You don't have to, you just go and do it.
Walk on and tell a funny story about yourself or your family, whatever. And the thing about that is, I mean, that's where really you can be who you are. I mean, that's why stand up, in a way, it's perfect for loners. Perfect people who like you don't fit in anywhere because you'll find a home within, because we're all kind of loners. I mean, like we're all stand alone on an island of who we are creatively.
Right.
And even though we are a group, we're still by ourselves in a way.
Yeah. It's
You know?
and that was also kind of what like appealed to me about it was like, oh, well, if I get busy and I don't have time to go out and do it, I'm not letting anybody else down if it's just like something I'm doing for me.
But something you also do, and I want to ask you, do you improv also?
I can do a little. I used to do improv in like high school. I don't really do a lot of it now, but I can.
Well, I ask that because aren't you part of an ensemble group? I know you did you're a cast member of An Evening with the Authors. And what's that?
Yeah. So that is a show that happens every month at the White Rabbit Cabaret, and it's where you pretend to be like a fake author who has written a fake book, and you read an excerpt out of your fake book.
Oh, that's perfect for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it is. I love it.
Because you have a magazine off. It's AWF. If you guys get a chance, you've got to read what she writes. It's almost like The Onion.
Yeah, it's like a satirical queer magazine. So you know how they have like The Hard Times, which is for punks, and The Onion. Yeah, and different. But so this one is one like specifically for the queer community, or they have like Reductress for lady comedy.
Man, Mike, honestly, that shit you wrote made me laugh so much. I read because you have it on your website. What's your website? GwenSunkel.com?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, go to her website, GwenSunkel.com, and see what she has written. Print work. My God. It hurt my stomach when you said most gay relationships last longer than police training. That, and people were in awe when the lesbian backed into a parking space. Where did you come up with that one from? I had to come up from a real place.
It legitimately, well, so it's a joke, but it's not a joke. But so a lot of people, and I think that this probably happens in the Black community as well. It's like if you're not sure if you need to make a quick getaway, you back into your parking spot, you know? And traditionally,
why, could we robbing stores? They be trying to say, Gwen? Could we
no,
robbing shit?
not at all, because you're like, or somebody's, following you out of a store and thinks that you robbed them or something, or you never know what's going to go down. And so, in this particular article, this person had backed into a parking spot. So it's like, it comes from this long tradition of like always having to kind of like watch your back and say, especially like in a small town, or like in this story, the woman was going to like Rural King or something, where someplace where it's like, okay,
a little shady,
might be some people who don't, a
little sketch.
Yeah. Don't care for your type of kind around here.
Well, I got that from my dad backing into places. So,
well, where do you think your dad got it?
I don't know.
Yeah, because he wanted to be, if something went down and he needed to be able to make a quick getaway.
Last thing he knew was, I got to look at my rearview mirror.
No, he can just pull right out. Yeah,
ready to
exactly.
go.
That's the way you do it.
And honestly, that's one thing I got from my dad that I just take for granted, and that's backing into spaces.
Yeah, no, I would bet money that that's where it came from originally.
I should ask him today.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to ask him.
There you go.
All because of you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. I mean that.
Yeah. So the joke was that, she like backs into this parking spot even when it wasn't necessary.
The stuff you write, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you get a chance to watch her on stage, Gwen, you are a funny performer.
Oh,
I mean, you bring a great aura on stage. It's a great, happy aura. But I'm going to ask you something. Like sometimes I've worked with a female comic, right? And sometimes, and I think it's, if it's an old school crowd, do you feel the women draw back on you? Like pull back on you a little bit?
Okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but no, because I'm fat. And I think they don't think I'm trying to take their man because I'm fat. So like they trust me, like I'm already.
Oh, like you're not a threat.
Yeah.
And little do they realize.
Little do they realize
you're a double threat.
That I have no interest in their man.
Okay, what kind of man you like? What kind of man you like? What kind of man?
I like I said, BT, I really don't like them.
You don't like them?
I know, they're fine.
I mean, if you had a chance, I mean, I know sometimes you have to do the jokes about, but you talk about going out with a man, but if you, like if you were going to go out with a guy, what kind of guy, would attract you or whatever?
I like people obviously with a good sense of humor. I like people who are passionate about something, That's
okay, we said passionate about something, but what if there's something like guns? What if they're like a gun nut?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
There's a lot of passion, like, hey, you got to see my guns. And you're like, whoa. And they got a basement, and they got every kind of gun. Then they pull out a gun like, hey, this is the gun right here, Civil War, fucking Stonewall Jackson, you this motherfucker. I mean, would you go like, at least you're passionate? I mean.
Okay, that's a very valid point, because I would not.
Yeah.
I would not.
What if they were passionate about snakes? Like, hey, look, I got this black mamba. It's mamba, tomato. Anyway, I got it in Africa, right? Came over here. This son baby, if it bites you, you're dead in 10 seconds. You won't touch it. I mean, what if he's passionate like that, and you go sleep together, and he's got like a cobra sleeping with him, like not even defanged, just like a cobra, just like ready to strike.
I'm not gonna do that.
And you wake up and cobra's like just got that big eyes, just looking at you like, yeah, I wish you would say something, bitch. I mean, like honestly, like what if he was passionate? What if he was passionate like that? I mean, you gotta specify your passions. You're
right. We do have to specify our passions. Passionate about something that I don't find absolutely terrifying. How about that?
Well, but to me, honestly, with guys, it's so different, I think, because I think they'll lure you into their place.
Oh, yeah.
And you go back to their house and you go, holy, I mean, you're like, it's too late.
Yeah.
By then. I think that's how serial killers work. But we always go off of TV. Mm-hmm. Fiction, like, I can recognize one, but in real life,
no, they're very charming, and
they have to be because they kill people.
Yeah,
they got to bring you in, like, hey, you want to come on watch some Netflix or something?
Yeah,
whatever. Hey, listen, my friend's a cook. He made me some leftover cauliflower wing. You want to come out and watch it? You're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you're there, and it's over.
It's over.
It's like, I think he had a cool white friend or whatever, and then he gets drunk and he takes his shirt off and he's got like a Confederate flag and a Nazi symbol.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa! And he goes, hey, man, guess what? You ain't leaving, brother. And that's it.
That's scary.
It's true, though. I mean,
that voice is very scary.
Yeah, I grew up in Oklahoma, which is even almost scarier than Indiana.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the same. I always say Indiana, Oklahoma, the same, except for we think we're more religious than you, and you guys have a better racetrack. That's the only difference.
Okay, fair enough.
It really is. It really is.
Better racetrack.
Better racetrack.
I like it. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Passionate.
Here at the Wave One Studios, last time I was here recording in the Wave One Studios, there was just loose cocaine on a table out there.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Wave One has changed. I have changed. I've changed this place. I mean, no more of that shit. No more.
No more.
People don't believe I've never really had a drug. I mean,
No.
I don't fuck around like that.
Yeah.
Because just because.
You don't need.
Okay,
need
that was mean. But I mean, it's like
you don't need a stimulant, is what I'm saying.
maybe some downers.
Yeah.
Man, I know. I always tell people,
Zanned out BT is like, yeah.
hey,
this is great.
I just got a knuckle tattoo. Hardy har.
Yes, exactly.
But you know what? It's like I said, that's good self-awareness, and I realize that no. First of all, I never really was a drug dude. And I'm aware of the fact. But I did get scared when I had to go under the knife a couple years ago. Oh. And they gave me opioid. I was like, man, I don't get addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't. But that also made me, I never felt the operation. I had both my hips replaced. I never felt that pain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's good. But in a way, man, the government is what they do, the doctors and the pharmaceutical, I don't think doctors doctor anymore.
Yeah.
I just think they go, here, take this pill. I mean, I really think they're like, doc, this hurts. And they go, and then they go, you know what? Why don't you take these? Uh-huh. I just don't think they doctor anymore. Where, I don't know, maybe it's now it's like an old curmudgeon, but I just feel like back in the day, you were like, this hurts. And they feel it. And they go, well, I'll tell you what, it might be your ligaments. And then I just feel now they go, here, this reduces swelling. Take this every 4 hours. And I just feel like them doctors and the pharmaceutical companies are like this. Uh-huh. And I just think they don't doctor anymore.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that is like, doctors assume that you've tried all of those like things like ice and exercise and things like that, and like by the time you're coming to the doctor it must be bad enough that and opioids, opiate medications are great for for what they're for short-term relief of pain. They were never meant to be used on a long-term basis.
Well, you deal with don't you do a charity or something for reproductive health?
I've done some stuff for Planned Parenthood and the Hoosier Abortion Fund. Yeah.
Okay, now in what way though? Like, what do you do?
So my friend Aaron Carr, R.I.P., used to do a comedy show called Nasty Women, and we would raise money for that, and then we would also do like a menstrual product hygiene drive. So because a lot of the places that distribute food and supplies to unhoused folks, that's a item that people ask for, but they rarely get donated to them. For like pads and tampons and stuff.
Okay, why don't you just say that then?
Okay, I don't know. We're just being,
No, just say pads and tampons.
Pads and tampons.
Okay, thank you.
I said it. Yeah. Okay. So we would collect those for one of the local food banks because they said like people would ask for them all the time and they wouldn't have any to give out.
Wow, I never thought about that.
I had never thought about it either, but yeah, that was something that they were like, oh no, we would actually this would be really helpful for us.
Are you passionate about that?
People menstruating, yes. I'm very passionate about people being able to have access
reproductive
to
health for women, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's. As much as we want to talk about how things are moving forward, in a lot of ways they have moved backward.
Yes, definitely.
In that way, and it very much feels like an attack on women. Not like women, the capital W, not like me personally.
I feel that also.
Yeah, because it's like trying to control our bodies and say like when we can reproduce and when we can't, and just the things that you hear some of these old men senators say that you're just like, have they ever?
It's
opened like an anatomy textbook, or like did they not take 9th grade health?
It's unbelievable what they get away with, what they say, and they get no pushback.
Yeah,
like if they said it in the streets and would get popped in the mouth, maybe that's what they deserve.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because what they get away with, and I'm no saint at all, but I mean, I always, at least the way I was brought up, the way they treat women, it's like, listen, okay, so you got pregnant. Okay, it takes 2 to tango. Now, women are going to get the brunt because it shows.
Yeah.
Okay? No one talks about the person who got you pregnant.
Right.
So if you want to get rid of it or whatever, say you want to live life, whatever, say you want to get rid of it, it's your choice because the other person is gone. They're done. So and they're going to say, no, you can't.
Yeah. Did you know that actually the people who seek to terminate a pregnancy most are people who already have children?
Wow.
That's
really?
Yeah, the number one user of abortion services.
Why? No, why is that?
because they're like, hey, we already have 2 kids. We cannot bring a third one into this mix, you know?
Wow.
You know, either financially, logistically, whatever. Their birth control failed. Like they had an IUD, or they, you know, their husband had a vasectomy, or they were using protection, but somehow they got pregnant, didn't intend to. And they're like, hey, we this is not in our plan, and it doesn't work for us.
Now are they getting any kind of pushback? Does anybody mention that?
Well, that's the thing. It's like everybody thinks that it's
A single mom or a single woman.
Yeah, or like some girl who's just out doing X, Y, or Z, whatever. And it's like, no, these are people who have made really thoughtful family planning decisions, and they're like, 2 is enough for us.
Well, and also, if you got the means to it, and don't tell me those senators, if their daughters got pregnant by,
no
say, a
kidding.
black man, whatever, they go, oh, we'll take care of it.
Oh, no kidding.
You
That's
know?
what's, and their mistresses.
And no one ever calls them out on it.
Exactly.
No one ever, why don't, you know, I think they all got dirt on each other, so that's why no one just has the common sense questions like, hey, if your daughter got pregnant by this black guy right here, I bet, would you let her have the kid? And he would be like, oh, of course I would. But, you know, good and goddamn well he wouldn't.
Oh, no, of course not. Yeah.
You gotta hate. I always feel like we're such a even though I laud the future and how we are now, I still think in a lot of ways we go backwards. In a lot of ways, how we say women, like, oh, we celebrate women and, you know, my Happy Mother's Day, and that's about it. After that, it's still basically the same old antiquated thoughts on how we should treat. Like, hey, have my, you know, I want to come home to dinner on the stove, and you do this,
and you're taking care of the kids.
Yeah, and I don't want a lot of this. I want a lot of this, not a lot of this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a portion of the population that lives like that, and that's what they want out of a partner, and that's what they think women should do, you know.
Abortion-wise, you obviously for it.
Yeah, I'm not only pro-choice, I'm pro-abortion. BT.
Hey, listen, I'm the same way. You know what? They should go. It should go the exact opposite. Instead of like going, you know, having protesters in front, they should have people applauding you. Hey,
yeah.
Can you GoFundMe an abortion? Like, can you go put on GoFundMe abortion? They should have pictures of women like this. Like, if you see of a woman going like, and it says, hey, go fund my abortion. They go, oh, definitely. The last thing you want is that woman having a kid.
No kidding.
Like this woman that went through McDonald's, right? And she didn't get her cookie. She went back through with a gun, and I think she shot the cook because she didn't get her cookie.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, what makes you think she's going to be a great mom?
Yeah.
So why don't you just nip it in the bud, right? Have her GoFundMe an abortion.
Absolutely.
I would pay for that. I'm going to pay for the whole thing for her not to, but you got to have a picture and have her just like look like this.
Just looking.
Oh yeah, I don't want her having that.
Very irresponsible.
Applaud them when they come out. Listen, the people should be applaud
you made
them.
the choice that was right for you.
You know who? Thank you, Spirit Airline employees, nightclub bouncers. They would be like, "Oh, thank you so much." I mean, seriously, future
That you didn't pop out some sort of very poorly behaved child.
because in 18 or 21 years, this motherfucker's gonna be coming through your club causing trouble. So you're thank you. Like owners of clubs going, thanks, fam. Thank you for your service. Seriously.
Daycare owners, daycare workers are like, oh, I don't have to deal with that little shit in 4 years.
We should have an abortion day parade. we should have an abortion day parade.
Yes.
And just
celebrate all of the.
We should. That way, hey, thanks for not, putting a squeeze on our natural resources.
Yes.
And just thank you.
We got a lot going on, and not having to worry about another kid.
No more fights on Carnival Cruises, all because you did what you had to do, lady. Thank you.
This is good.
Yeah. I mean, am I being,
No, let's get in the streets. Let's do it.
Let's get in the streets.
Let's do it. We're having a parade. That's where the parades happen, right?
What's the parade for, Mommy? Oh, you were almost, Mommy was almost part of this parade. The reason you're an only kid, Mommy was a part of this parade last year.
Yes. I'm for it. Yeah.
So what are your overall goals in comedy? What do you want to do? Because I see your clips. And man, you got a good thing going on. You got, the pictures. Just the reason I asked if you did improv, whatever, because I think you'd be a great actor, a great character actor, like in a way of Melissa McCarthy. In a way,
yeah.
I can see that because you're, like I said, you just have a great aura on stage. It's funny. It's a little goofy.
Yeah,
it's and that's what you. And for me personally, I like all kind of comedy. But when I first saw your first clip where you were at the attic, I thought that was great. And I like how you suddenly told those people to shut the fuck up and then came back. Like, hey, shut up! You came back like this, and I was like, man, they must have been getting on your nerves because but you did it with a smile and came back, and I was like that shit.
They just kept talking.
Why? Why?
And I need to be better about not letting it distract me. But it's so hard.
No,
it's
don't.
so hard.
No, because comedy clubs don't do a goddamn thing. They really don't. And you get on your fucking nerve, and you're trying to concentrate, and they're talking. Okay, a perfect example. I remember being going to watch Brian Regan. This was like during the height of the pandemic, but luckily Indiana doesn't believe in science. Right. So Brian Regan was here doing a show, right? And it was a last minute show, granted, but it was Brian fucking Regan.
Yeah.
So I get down there thinking, oh God,
legend.
Nobody was there, basically. This couple was making out to the point of they had to kick him out.
Oh, my God.
People were talking over Brian. He's getting his special ready for his last Netflix special. That was when he was getting ready. It got so bad, he went back to doing old jokes. That's how bad it got. He mixed he was doing his new stuff. And and I was like, I just...
That's embarrassing.
It really was. I go, what are you doing? It's like clubs don't do shit. They get these big ass bouncers. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
No.
They do nothing. So when you're on stage and you have a meltdown, it makes you look bad. But it's like you're doing the job they should have been fucking doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so often, people think that they're helping. They think that their comments are helping, and it's like, no, you're stepping on my punchline.
What part of mental retardation don't you understand that you're not helping this fucking show? You know what you could help? If you go fucking die tonight. I mean, I think I said that one time. I got so mad. I go, I hope you fucking die. I think I said that.
Damn.
Just like that. I mean, just like that. And people think I don't get me, but nothing pisses me off more when I want to get to a joke and I can't concentrate because you are talking. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll angle my body. That's my way of saying fuck you. When I say fuck you, I'll angle my body this way, and I'll talk to people this way.
Yeah.
And then they'll say something where they want me to respond back, and I'll just keep this way. And it's great because sometimes they'll get it and they'll leave, and I go, thank God. I go, I hope they fucking die. I said that before.
Don't say it. I don't hope anyone dies.
No, I mean, but I meant that because when I'm on stage, then your joke should get out. I mean, if you're a comedian and you're on stage, then I mean that. But other than that, no, I don't hope anybody to die. But if you're doing a show. Yeah. I should say you're at a comedy competition. I go, oh, my girl Gwen's up. And that's my favorite bit. And somebody's talking. Then that's when I go, oh, that person dies tonight. I do. Because it's you. I mean, that's how I feel about you.
Thank you.
I think you got a great thing going.
Thank you.
I know you do. You have a great thing going. I mean, what do you want? What are your goals? Because a lot of times, and I tell people this all the time, and I feel like a papa bear when I do this. It's like I ask people that because I don't want them to get in what I got in the trap of. You just keep doing comedy, and all of a sudden this happens, and keep doing comedy. And all of a sudden one day you wake up like, what the fuck? So what are your goals? What do you want to do?
That's a really great question, and I've thought about that too, because comedy is very much something that it's not like, oh, you win an Olympic gold medal and then you're done or something. It's very much your own goals. And I have a special coming out on December 1st, so I'm super excited about that.
On what avenue?
It'll be on YouTube, at least.
And what's it called?
It's called A Two-Person Job. So that'll be on December 1st on YouTube.
Where'd you film it?
At Almost Famous here in Indianapolis on Mass Ave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it your crowd? Was it your kind of crowd?
Yeah. A lot of my family came, a lot of friends, so it was good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we did 2 shows in one night, and they were both sold out, so that was great.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it was all decorated for Christmas. So we filmed this it was almost a year ago. We filmed it December of last year, and there were all these Christmas decorations up, and we're like, so we're gonna save it and put it out for Christmas.
Oh my God! Look at you! Look at you!
And it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really cute. I saw the first cut of it recently, and I like it a lot.
No, man, you should be and you should be happy like you are now. I mean, you can't help but love this beautiful smile. I mean that. So like I said, other than that, what are the other overall goals you have? Oh
man, I'd love to get to travel some more to do comedy, to go to some different cities and stuff. Okay. Love to do some more festivals and stuff.
What festivals have you done besides Middle Ground?
I've done Limestone. I've done Flyover Festival in St. Louis, which was a lot of fun. Yeah. The Detroit Women's Comedy Festival.
Nice.
I did the Rubber City Comedy Festival.
What's Rubber City?
It's in Akron.
Akron?
Yeah. Ohio.
Oh yeah, because they made the tires.
The tires. That's where they make the tires.
Yes.
Home of the tires.
Goodyear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Goodyear. Was that the first tire?
That's a great question.
It's weird. It's like the home of the tire is Akron, but the Model T was made in Detroit. So how'd those two meet?
Well, they had to get them somewhere.
On Tinder or something. Hey man, I think these would go better than however they were. What were they before?
I don't know. Maybe instead of
Wyatt, look that shit up. You ain't doing
Tinder,
shit.
Tinder was tire.
Look that shit up, Wyatt. Yeah. You and your
Shredder.
Yeah, Shredder.com. Yeah. No, like the first tire, the tire was made in Akron, Ohio. Okay, and the car was in Detroit. So how did those two meet up? Like, how did they happen to like?
Because they had bicycle tires before they had car tires, right?
I guess they figured, hey, it's round. Fuck it, let's put some rubber on it.
Yeah.
Right. So what were tires before though? Were they like wooden? Were they rock like Fred Flintstone?
You're asking all the hard questions. I am actually not a tire historian, BT.
How about rubber historian?
No.
Rubber. Oh, so you know about knuckle tattoos, but you don't know about the tire.
That's why I have to hold the abortion day parade every year.
What would we call her? What would we call it? The dead man's parade?
No, maybe like the Yeetus the fetus day.
Thank you for your service day.
Yes.
How about the what do we call it? Saving the Earth?
Yeah, responsible family planning parade.
Oh, responsible family planning day. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Responsible family planning day.
Yeah.
Anytime like any religious leader would come, we go, no, you guys got to stay away. We push them away.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a better society if you think that. If honestly, if you took away all the like, I don't know. I just feel like religious people always make things worse.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
And like, I'm starting to question missionaries going to Africa. Like, did they ask you to come over there? I mean, were they in jail and they wanted you? Or you just went over there going, hey, here's what you guys are going to do. You're going to worship God named Jesus. And they go, no, we're good, man. No. You're going to find Jesus. No, we're good. No, you're going to find Jesus. And they make you like,
yeah.
Desmond Tutu said it best. When you came over to pray with me, when I opened my eyes, all my land was gone.
Yeah. I mean, it's really true that, you know, and I grew up in the church, so I have a lot of firsthand experience with this.
Are you Catholic or Baptist or what?
No, we grew up in a Methodist church.
What does that mean?
It's like a Protestant denomination.
I still don't know what that means.
Like less hellfire and brimstone than the Baptists, but less like pomp and circumstance than the Episcopalians. Yeah, we could dance and all that. We weren't like Pentecostal, but it was still like a lot of like, you know, you should go out and do missionary work and convert people to Christianity.
Why? Like, why? I always want to know why. Because, I mean, honestly, atheists really, I mean, there's no atheist wars. I don't remember an atheist war.
Nobody's ever.
Unless you watch the WNBA girls get together and start fucking fighting. Like, God damn, that bitch, you know, you shouldn't elbow that bitch when she was rebounding. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, you never see any atheists. It's all the big wars are
It's
basically
in
religious.
the name of God. Yeah.
All the holy wars.
Yeah.
Everything in the name of God. And the Christians defeated the Muslims during the 1700s because the Moors came over and they were Muslim and they taught all the basics of life, how we are now, how to bathe and how to everything else.
Sanitation.
All that. And then the Christians came in and they defeated the Muslim. And that's why I think society started going downhill. I think the Christians ruined everything.
Yeah.
But the Catholics are in the back going, well, not everything. I mean, why is it, honestly, if you're possessed by the devil, right, it's always Catholics, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and they always had a Catholic priest to get the, do an exorcism.
Yeah.
So that right there should tell you about your religion, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting possessed by the devil and you're supposed to be religious and it's always in the same church. I mean, I've been a Baptist, supposed to be a Baptist my whole life, but never have you heard about, the devil, like, oh, that kid's possessed by the devil. It never happened to us.
Yeah. And it never happens at like a church's chicken. It's always like in a church. So...
Where did you pull that one out of your ass on that one? It's never the church's chicken. Like, oh man, what's wrong with your wings? I feel the devil in me. What the fuck is that?
Can you imagine getting possessed in a church's chicken? Yeah. They would be like, oh, hell no.
We going to Chick-fil-A from now on.
Yeah.
They don't want to close on Sunday. They all about the Lord. This is the Lord's chicken right here.
Exactly.
It's the Lord's chicken. He ain't open on Sunday because the Lord's trying to think of a special recipe from Monday through Saturday.
It's like taking two of the tenders and making the sign of the cross, I guess. The power of Christ compels you.
With a 2-piece. Did you look that up?
Instead of communion waivers, it's a...
God damn it! I'm so sick of you.
It's a church's biscuit instead of a communion wafer. Just as dry.
his body I eat. You know, there's some good ass. Damn, Jesus, you taste good.
Right?
They should do that. Like have like that cheddar biscuit from
from Red Lobster.
Oh, get the cheddar biscuit from Red Lobster, right?
Yeah.
And then get some real wine, like Ripple maybe, some Ripple.
Oh, okay.
Go back to San Fran Sundays, get some Ripple, some real wine. Man, you get some more people in church maybe.
You sure would.
And if you don't talk about listen, I think all of them are full of shit. But I listen to Joel Osteen a lot. Like he got me through a lot of. I mean, seriously. And they said it best in Bill Burr's movie, Dads, Old Dads. His buddy said it best to me. He goes, if you take away all that Jesus shit, he actually has a good message. It's the funniest shit, but it's true. Joel Osteen's funny. You know he's full of shit, but he actually has a good message. If you take away the Jesus part of it out, it's actually a really good message. And he makes me feel good. Because I have Sirius LA radio. Let's start go, yeah, he's right. And then, like I said, I try to take away the Jesus part of it. And I go, yeah, and I feel better after hearing. I swear to God, I was going through a rough patch. And I listened to him like every day. For how long? And I was like, yeah. And I really did. I felt good. I mean, honestly, I just don't like when they start. And then I don't know. I just realized it's like this. It's like, when, I don't know if you've been to those places where you stop at, this is funny, you gotta look at this. This is great.
Oh, wow.
How great is that?
This is a turkey.
A turkey walking in the street?
A man dressed as a 6 foot tall turkey, 5 foot tall turkey.
Yeah. Anyway, that's great. That's typical Indiana. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, you've been in those cities where you stop at a stoplight and then like it's the firefighters or whatever, they're trying to get money. And every time they look at me, they go, and they just keep on walking because they kind of know. I think when you're young, they realize when you're younger, you don't know your history yet. And you just say, hey, Mr. Fireman. And after a while, you're like, man. And they look at you like, yep, he knows. And they just keep on going. Yeah, like people who get somebody to vote, you know, and they look at me like, yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
It's not for him, you know, and just keep on walking. But that's the way I look at religion. But like I said, Joel Osteen's the only one. I just like his, like I said, take the Jesus stuff out of it. I like the positive message he has.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, what are pastors if not stand-up comedians, you know, with a
begging for money,
different message? Yeah, begging for money.
Begging for money.
Selling their merch. Out there selling a church t-shirt. Get yourself a koozie.
Get your Christ koozie. It's a Christ koozie. Hey, you want to drink and you don't want to feel guilty because you feel like you're letting the Lord down? Get your Christ koozie.
Christ koozie. Mm-hmm. It has a little pocket for your communion wafer.
Yeah. And then get your Christ tenders.
Hold them in the,
Chick-fil-A should come up with chicken tenders like crosses. Mm-hmm. People would go for that shit. Like,
they would.
Man, I'm tell you something. Chick-fil-A loves the Lord. I guarantee you, people in the South, they would eat that shit up.
Oh, people in the South go crazy for Chick-fil-A.
And they think they're part of Jesus, so they would
They
go.
do.
Man, Chick-fil-A would they be billionaires between Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida.
They already
alone.
are.
But even more billionaires. Can you be even more? I mean, they would put numbers like what's her name? Taylor Swift numbers. They put up Taylor Swift numbers.
Taylor Swift numbers.
They would.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A and Taylor Swift could get this country back on its feet financially.
Wow.
Matter of fact, if Taylor Swift sold fucking Chick-fil-A at her concerts, what?
White women's heads would explode.
They really and Beyonce be like, I know that's right, and she would come in and she would have to come up with a what? I don't know, Bojangles. I don't know, something. But
Beyonce is classier than Bojangles.
Okay, Popeyes.
Okay, Popeyes.
But I think she's vegetarian. I hope she is. But either way, Taylor Swift, Chick-fil-A, Beyonce with somebody else that's kind of healthy, and we could get this country out of our doldrums.
Yeah,
I agree.
So? I agree. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. Let's save the country. Who do you think would sponsor? Do you think one of them would perform at our Yeetus the Fetus Day Parade? Beyonce, call us.
Don't call, don't call us. We'll call
you.
Have her and Rihanna show up.
Yes. Rihanna would definitely perform at
she
our
would,
Responsible Family Planning Day Parade.
Yeah, make it all black. Yeah, you know what I mean. How great would that be?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Responsible Parenting Parade.
Yeah.
Write that down. It's coming. But we couldn't get any Chick-fil-A sponsorship.
We could not get Chick-fil-A to sponsor
Who would
us.
sponsor us? What company would have the guts to sponsor us?
I think you're right. Spirit Airlines would sponsor us.
Spirit, please go to the Responsible Day Parade, please.
Don't have any children.
Yeah, whatever you do. They hand out condoms on the Spirit as you walk on.
Yes.
Please.
Have a Spirit.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Don't procreate.
Condoms,
we do not need more.
Condom the
you.
coat hangers. The Condom the Coat Hangers tour.
Stop it. Oh my God.
Sponsored by Metallica.
Off to Never Neverland.
Not for you though. Okay, before we get out of here, anything you want to? Okay, you got your special coming up December 1st.
Yes.
Called
a 2-person job.
2-person job. And where else can they find you at?
You can find me at gwensunkel.com or on social media at Gwenderwoman.
Anything else you want to say? It's all you, baby.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
No, let me tell you something, man. You know, I like to think I've always been nice to you, but you know, we never really like, you know, talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, BT, I like to be on your podcast. And when you said that, I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, it was like, it wasn't even consideration. It was like, well, you know, I was like, no, fuck yeah. But I said, listen, I'm really busy. And I know that sounded like a brush off, but it was true. I knew I was going to go for a long, I was going to be out for a long time.
You were on a cruise.
I was
stuck on a cruise ship.
Yeah, so I was like, but I said, when I get back though.
And here we are.
Man, I'm so glad. Because you know what?
Word.
I love discovering people on it. I mean, like the long form talk reveals who the person really is.
Right.
I mean, and if you listen to any podcast, if you can wade through the bullshit or whatever, you know, the jokes and just wade through the bullshit and listen, but listen between the lines. It tells the person who they are. It tells who that person, and you are fucking great. I think you're, like I said, my name is Whistling Dixie. You're funny. You're funny on stage. You're written shit. Like, if you get a chance, go to her website. And that stuff you wrote for Off Magazine is fucking hilarious. I like what you're doing with the Pride community. Good for you with that. You include everybody in your show. So if you got a closed mind, still go to her show. She'll open it up for you because she's funny. I mean, if I'm bottom of my heart. Man, you know, I don't know how sometimes people feel when they have a closed mind, but if they're watching this, they got to have an open mind because who I am.
You would hope, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. You know, so if you see Gwen, please go see her. Very funny. You're always around this area, Louisville.
Yeah, all around the Midwest.
All around the Midwest. And you should, honestly, and I'm going to say right now, you should be in LA. I can see you as an LA Groundlings person.
Oh,
easily. No.
Yep.
You could be on the Groundlings and I can see you on Saturday Night Live. I can see you on Saturday Night Live. And you will be funny. No, you really would be. I could see you on Saturday Night Live being a character and you're funny. I mean, you could go to Chicago and be in Second City, which would be great for you. But honestly, I would skip that and go straight to LA because you're that funny and you'd be a great character.
Do you hear that, Hollywood?
See? And that's what I'm talking about. You're funny. I love you, Gwen.
Thank you. I love you too, BT.
No, I think you're great. Thanks for being a guest on here.
Absolutely. Anytime.
And sorry you couldn't get in the door. She couldn't get in the door, but that's for a whole other story. Hey, thank you guys for watching Tales from a Gemini. I sure appreciate you guys seriously just viewing and taking a chance on comics you never heard of because to me, that's what it's all about. I mean, anybody knows the big name comics, but goddamn, you know where they started? They started here. People don't know, you know, all of a sudden they get boom, boom, boom. And you're making that step. So thank you guys for watching Tales from a Gemini. I'm BT. That's Gwen Sunkel. You know what I say about this time. You know the word. Peace.